The Daily Compliance News for October 17, 2025, the Decoupling edition. This is Tom Fox, and I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News is the only daily podcast which curates 4 top compliance, ethics, and/or corruption stories for your listening and viewing pleasure if you're watching this on YouTube. According to an article in the Financial Times, the Trump administration says it will decouple from China if China imposes new export controls. Treasury Secretary warned Beijing that a new sweeping export controls on rare earth and critical minerals would force the U.S. and other countries to decouple from China. Going to be interesting to see how U.S. business does that, since we're so integrated with China. And the Trump administration once again shoots Americans in the foot. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, CFO Journal reporting that the PCAOB has proposed a 20% cut to the salaries of its board members as it faces increased scrutiny from the SEC over compensation levels. The cut was part of a preliminary budget the U.S. auditor submitted to the SEC. The plan suggested in shrinking the overall budget 10% from the anticipated 2025 amount. This, of course, comes in well below the prior expenditures by the PCAOB, and it's just another attempt by the Trump administration to eviscerate regulators in its administration. The BBC reports that the outsourcing firm Capita has been fined £14 million for its data breach of customer data due to insufficient controls over the data of the company in violation of UK data protection laws. And our final story comes to us from Police One, a first-time contributor to the Daily Compliance News. And it's a story that's been going on about a year in San Mateo County, California, capping a year of turmoil over allegations of corruption, retaliation, and abuse of power. The San Mateo County Board of Supervisors voted unanimously to remove the elected sheriff, Christina Corpus, from her office immediately. The undersheriff, Dan Pereira, will carry out the duties until a replacement is named or voted on. Corpus was the county's first Latina sheriff, and she is now the first sheriff in California to be removed by a county board of supervisors. The vote followed months of investigation, a special election, escalating tensions between Corpus and county officials. It came after retired Santa Clara County Judge James Emerson released a 42-page advisory opinion finding that Corpus violated conflict of interest laws and retaliated against deputies who challenged her authority. Of course, it's not clear if they challenged her authority because they didn't like having a Latina sheriff or if she simply didn't understand there are actually rules and regulations for county sheriffs in Mateo County. Nevertheless, a significant win for anti-corruption folks, but more chaos for San Mateo County, California. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.